Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation on computer hardware engineering. I am Ilham and I will kick things off by discussing the head that pumps life in our system, the power supply unit. The power supply is hardware component that supplies all other components with power. Its primary job is to convert the 230 volt alternating current from your wall socket into a steady low voltage direct current which the computer components can actually use. Looking at the PSU power supply unit. Power supply unit, you will notice a fan at the back panel to remove hot air, a power switch and sometimes a voltage switch. It connects to the motherboard and other devices using various cables such as the ATX24 pin main power cable, 4-pin flexible cable and SATA power cable, a crucial safety warning for anyone handling hardware. Never open the chassis a power supply. It contains capacitors capable of holding a strong and potentially lethal electrical charge even if the computer has been turned off and unplugged for an extended period. You should also protect your PSU from surge by using a GPS or a surge protector. Now Satmine will explain the CPU and board.
Hello, I am Satmine and I will be guiding you through the CPU and the various ports on the motherboard. The processor of a CPU is essentially the brain of your computer. It processes everything from basic instructions to complex functions, meaning anytime some things need to be computed, it gets sent directly to the CPU. The major types of processors available in the market are manufactured by AMD and Intel. Backpanel connectors to communicate with the outside world. The motherboard utilizes backpanel connectors. The backpanel is the portion at the rear of the equipment that allows you to connect external peripheral devices. These include ports on your monitor, speakers, keyboard, mouse, USB headers, LAN connections, slower integrated hardware like the hard drive controller, USB and audio. Some modern manufacturers even combine the North Bridge, South Bridge and Super I/O into a single chip. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Sujan and I will be explaining the various socket and extension slots found on the motherboard. The motherboard serves as the central circuit board. Look, and these slots are exactly what allows us to attach the crucial internal components to it. Let's begin with the processor socket, which securely houses the CPU. As an example, all motherboard features sockets are 478, which is a specific type of CPU socket containing 478 holes designed for the Intel Pentium 4 and Celeron processors. Next, we have memory slots, also known RAM slots of memory sockets. Most motherboards have 2 to 4 slots. Desktop computers commonly use DDR memory slots, while laptops typically use SODIMM slots for expanding the computer overall capabilities. We use PCI or peripheral components integrate slots. This was originally designed by Intel and introduced by back in 1992. These are general purpose slots that take a wide variety of cards, such as standard network cards and sound cards. However, modern computing demands much faster data transfer speeds. AGP or accelerated graphics port, which is a high-speed point-to-point channel primarily designed to assist in the acceleration of 3D computer graphics.
I am Imran and I will explain how a computer stores its data using memory and storage device. Let's start with short-term memory or RAM, which stands for random access memory. RAM allows stored data to be accessed delivery in any random order. We primarily use dynamic RAM for system memory, which requires constant revision, and static RAM, which is faster and more expensive, typically used for CPU cache. Hard disk drive. For long-term non-volatile data storage, we traditionally use hard disk drive. Inside an hard disk drive, you will find circular platter made of aluminium, glass or ceramic with magnetic surface. A spindle rotates these platters at high speeds, typically 7,200 RPM, while a read-write uses magnetic heads to write data as 1 second and 0 seconds. Solid state drive. However, the new generation of storage is the solid state drive. SSD replaces traditional mechanical and hard disk by using flash-based memory, making them significantly faster because they use a grid of electrical cells separated into pages and blocks, and have SSDs drastically reduce read access time and speed up to the entry computer. Thank you.
I am Mike and I will be creating a extension card, also known as add card, internal card, and extension card in printed security board. PCB that fits into the extension slot Sujan mentioned earlier. The main purpose of an extension card is to give a desktop computer additional capability and allow users to fully customize their computing experience. There are several important types. A network card port to a networking using an Ethernet cable. Although most modern motherboards have this built-in dedicated network card are being used. Sound card converts digital sound data into an analog format, which is then relayed to speaker or headphones. A video card, also called a graphic card, is responsible for delivering higher quality 2D and 3D graphics to your monitor, offering much better performance than integrated graphics. We also have modern which connect computer to broadband network and video card, and which convert analog video signals from cameras into a digital format for the computer to store and edit. Lastly, USB extension card provide additional connection ports for peripherals. Over to Adisha to explanation how all this data organized. Thank you.
Thank you, Malik. I am Adisha. And wrap up our technical presentation, let's look at the software side of storage. File system. While hardware stores the raw data, bits of file system is a structured method of organizing and retrieving files from storage. Medium like hard drive. Without file management, file would have no organizing, and it would have impossible for files with the exact same name to exist. Files are separated into a group called directory and manage historical, allowing you to view file in a current directory and navigate into a subdirectory without naming conflicts. Microsoft Windows operating system have a historical supported version of the file allocation table or FAT file system, while FAT32 is widely compatible across Linux, Windows and Mac OS. It has a major technical restriction. It cannot store individual file larger than 4 GB. If you are dealing with larger modern software, high definition media or massive file, FAT32 simply will not work. This is why Windows operating system since Windows NT support NTFS RAW new technology file system. NTFS offers superior method of data protection and file recovery compared to older FAT version. Furthermore, NTFS support massive storage capacity up to 60 exabyte, making it the essential standard for modern computing. And with that, we come to the end of our journey through computer hardware engineering and troubleshooting. From the power delivery of the PCU and the processing power of the CPU to motherboard slot, memory, expansion card and file system. Understanding how these physical and software layer interconnect is the core of the modern system engineering. Before we wrap up, we extended a special thank you to our lecturer Mr. Asanka Dinesh for his invaluable guidance and support throughout this module. On behalf of Gimhana, Satmina, Sujan, Ilham, Malit and myself, thank you for watching our presentation. See you in the next project. Thank you.